in her role with the royal family. Has it changed your relationship?
It's hard sometimes because I sort of, I have felt sort of publicly bullied a little bit just by, when I read things.
When I think about Pippa Middleton, I see more than just the elegant bridesmaid from the royal wedding. Behind the polished image is a woman who faced immense pressure and scrutiny, navigating a life that wasn't always her own. Her recent decision to speak openly about her split from James Matthews shows a side of her many never saw, one of vulnerability, courage, and the struggle to find her own path. For me, Pippa's story is a powerful reminder that no matter how perfect someone's life may look from the outside, they too face challenges and tough choices. Walking away from a relationship under the spotlight takes strength, and by doing so, she teaches us all about the importance of prioritizing our own happiness and well-being above public expectations. The woman behind the headlines. Growing up, Pippa Middleton was not destined for the spotlight. She was the middle child in a hard-working family from Berkshire, England, where her parents built their business from scratch. The family emphasized values of humility, strong work ethic, and closeness, traits that would become the foundation of who Pippa is. But when Kate Middleton married Prince William in 2011, Pippa found herself thrust into a global spotlight overnight. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know about the perfect sister, her fashion, her demeanor, even her relationships. The intense media attention was a double-edged sword. It brought fame and admiration, but also relentless scrutiny. Despite this, Pippa carried herself with grace and an understated charm that many admired. She wasn't seeking fame, yet she became a figure that symbolized poise and warmth. Yet, if you look closer, you'll see a woman who carefully balanced public expectations with her own desire for a private, meaningful life. Love and loss in the public eye. Pippa's romantic life has been no secret to the public, partly because every relationship she had was magnified under the media lens. Her early relationships, including with cricketer Alex Loudon and financier Nico Jackson, were heavily reported on and dissected, often with speculation and gossip. Then came James Matthews. A wealthy hedge fund manager from an established family, James seemed different, quieter, more private. Their relationship, culminating in a fairy tale wedding in 2017 at the Middleton family estate, was seen as a union of stability and love, away from the tabloid frenzy. But marriage is never just about the wedding day. What happened in the years that followed is a story of two people who, despite love, found themselves drifting apart. The weight of expectations. One of the most challenging things about being in the public eye is that your life is no longer just yours. Every decision, every moment is subject to judgment, not only by the media, but by millions of strangers online. For Pippa, this meant living with the constant pressure of how she should look, behave, and even who she should love. Imagine having to balance your own happiness with the expectations of a royal family and the global media. Imagine wanting a peaceful family life, but constantly being photographed or followed. This pressure can strain even the strongest relationships. And for Pippa and James, the tension between her public role and his private lifestyle eventually took its toll. Two worlds collide. Marriage is often described as the meeting of two worlds. Sometimes those worlds blend perfectly, sometimes they clash. James Matthews valued privacy above all else. He preferred a life away from the cameras and headlines, a stark contrast to Pippa's reality, where every outing could become front-page news. The clash wasn't about love or commitment. It was about lifestyle, values, and the fundamental need to feel safe and understood. I can't help but empathize with both sides. I've seen how relationships suffer when two people want different things from life, when the very worlds they come from pull them in opposite directions. For Pippa and James, love alone wasn't enough to bridge that divide. The silent struggle. Unlike some celebrity splits that explode with public drama, Pippa and James's separation was marked by quiet distance rather than loud conflict. In the years following their wedding, Pippa slowly withdrew from public appearances. Her social media posts became sparse. The bright energy she once showed in interviews seemed subdued. I wonder what it's like to live a life where you have to maintain a public smile while your private world is unraveling. The silence that grew between them was louder than any fight. The courage to speak out. Earlier this year, Pippa broke her silence during a wellness event, a setting far from the intrusive media. When she spoke, her words carried weight and vulnerability that surprised many. She said, "Appearances can be misleading. What people see on the outside rarely reflects what's happening behind closed doors." That statement hit me deeply. How often do we judge others by their social media highlights or public persona, unaware of the battles they're fighting in private? Pippa also admitted, "Sometimes you have to walk away, even when the world thinks you have everything." Those words stayed with me. They echo the painful truth that happiness can mean making hard choices that others may not understand. What this means for all of us. Pippa's story is not unique. It reflects a universal struggle, balancing external expectations with internal needs, maintaining appearances while seeking authenticity. Many of us have faced moments when staying in a relationship or a situation feels easier than the uncertainty of change. We fear judgment, loneliness, or failure. Yet Pippa's journey teaches us that it's okay to choose yourself. It's okay to prioritize your mental health and happiness, even if it means disappointing others or facing the unknown. Redefining strength and vulnerability. For years, strength has been portrayed as stoicism and silence. But Pippa's openness reminds us that true strength lies in vulnerability. Sharing pain, admitting struggle, and making difficult decisions take immense courage. I admire Pippa not for her royal connections, but for her humanity, for reminding us that life is complex and that healing is a process. Co-parenting and moving forward. Since their separation, Pippa and James have focused on co-parenting their children with respect and privacy. There are no public battles or accusations. Instead, there is maturity and dignity. A reminder that love can take many forms, including friendship and mutual respect. This part of their story is important. It shows that endings don't have to be destructive. They can be new beginnings, foundations for healthier futures. Reclaiming identity. Pippa is now reclaiming her life beyond her role as a wife or royal sibling. She's passionate about wellness, mental health advocacy, and her own creative projects. Slowly but surely, she's building a new chapter grounded in authenticity and self-care. Watching this transformation is inspiring. It reminds me that no matter how dark a chapter gets, the next one is ours to write. Lessons from Pippa's journey. If there's one takeaway from Pippa Middleton's story, it's that life is rarely as perfect as it looks. We all wear masks to protect ourselves, masks that sometimes weigh us down. But when we find the courage to remove those masks, to speak our truth, and to choose what's best for us, we open the door to healing and growth. Final thoughts. I want to thank you for joining me in this conversation about Pippa Middleton's journey. It's a story that goes beyond gossip and glamour. It's about real human experiences, love, loss, courage, and hope. If you or someone you know is struggling under the weight of expectations or trying to make a hard choice, remember you are not alone. Like Pippa, your story is valid and your happiness matters. Please share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your reflections or any similar stories you want to share. If you found this video meaningful, please like, subscribe, and join me for more honest and heartfelt stories that remind us all to be kind, especially to ourselves. Thank you for watching.